Lu Fen immediately flew into the air. He already knew they had arrived at the perfect time. From the beginning, these people were never a real threat. One dragon looked at Lu Fan and asked, "How should we deal with them?" Lu Fen lowered his thumb and said calmly,
"Defense training is complete. I already have information about this island. It can't be leaked. Make sure of that." All the dragons nodded in unison. Understood. Meanwhile, the boss and all his companions were still trapped inside the raging tornado, completely helpless. He shouted angrily, "Hey, wait! Please let me go! I can serve you! I'm only here to help my foolish disciple. He's already dead, so there's no need to kill me. Don't kill me!" Lu Fan looked at him with a slight smile and said, "All right, then tell me, what can you give me in exchange for your life?" He replied without hesitation, "Let me go. I can get you into the elite class of Sukura Nation, or tell me what you want. I'll do my best to give it to you." The boss quickly said, "As long as I'm alive, I'll let you use all the resources of Sukura Nation. I won't interfere in anything you do. You can even control the entire country. I can swear allegiance to you, and you can become the power behind the throne of Sukura Nation." Hearing this, the others couldn't help but speak. "Master, what are you saying? As the owner of this castle, is this really your intention? Begging before the enemy? Sending yourself to serve someone in your own country? Can this even be called loyalty?" One of his companions mockingly said, "Oh, so you call this a brilliant performance? I always thought you were just heartless. I never imagined you would so completely abandon not only the pride of a warrior, but also the dignity of being a human being." He roared at this, "Enough! Shut up, all of you. How do you know that life is only possible in the future? Once you die, everything is over." He said angrily, "Do you really think that the so-called honor and reputation you've earned through sacrifice can stop the dragon's wrath?" Another replied coldly, "It's truly shameful to have any connection with a vile and evil person like you." "Or why not?" he replied immediately. "This is the biggest mistake of my life, that I ever associated with you. Oh my God, just looking at you makes my heart tremble. Are you a loyal dog or what? Playing such a role would suit you perfectly." Then trembling, he turned and said, "Oh, you foolish and ignorant man, I sacrificed everything to become the head of the Friday Nation. If you don't fear death, then go and die. We have no interest in dying." Lu Fan looked at them and thought to himself, "They're fighting in countless numbers. Some have been displaced from life, others from honor. After crossing the fifth limit, a person can change like this. It's entirely possible. Could it be that the closer a person's power gets to that forbidden place, the more dangerous they become?" Then the master turned to Lu Fan and said, "Ah, honored immortals and the rest of you, you've heard them. They're cold and full of anger. But I'm different. I want to live. Keep me and Sakura away from your words and swords. The country will forge its own path. You will be its true master, its true king." Lu Fan listened silently. Then he raised his eyes and glared at him with a murderous glare. "What you're saying," Lu Fan said softly, "is a kind of trickery." Hearing this, the animal-like man standing in front of him suddenly exclaimed, "There's more!" "So, you agree with me?" he asked anxiously. Lu Fan replied calmly, "But do you know what I hate most?" The bald man cleared his throat and asked, "Then tell me." Lu Fan's voice became cold. "You remind me of an old friend. He would say, 'It's not my fault.' Then he would say, 'It was my fault. Please forgive me.' And after that, he would make the same mistake again." Lu Fan looked straight at him, his eyes devoid of any emotion. "Those who trade their lives for profit, those who bow their heads to other countries." He paused, then spoke as if delivering a verdict. "Mighty dragons, send them on their way." The order was given. In an instant, Lu Fan ordered his dragon to send those so-called powerful people to their final destination. Upon hearing Lu Fan's order, both dragons charged their power at the same time. One of the boss's companions, staring at Lu Fan, said in a strangely mocking tone, "Loss was inevitable. At least in this battle, I gave everything I had." Another added, "We are nothing more than frontline soldiers. The descendants of the Shukra nation will eventually defeat the dragon, so—" But the third one screamed in panic, No, I don't want to die." At that moment, Lu Fan's dragons attacked together. This attack was known as Ice and Fire Hell, a devastating combined assault where the twin dragons merge extreme cold from one side and extreme heat from the other, unleashing it upon the target area. Icy cold and raging flames continued to surge relentlessly, dealing continuous and massive damage to all enemy units within the area. In a matter of seconds, everything turned to ashes. Lu Fan was still flying in the sky with his dragons, but as he looked down, he thought to himself that last time Jin Chang Han had used a skill to fake his death and escape. Could it be the same this time? Were they really dead? Did they have any revival skills? The dragons looked at each other and said, "Our power is equal to that of a 6th level human, so if they use a revival skill, it won't escape our notice." The other dragon said, "Stop complaining. Crush them until there's nothing left." Luin listened to them both, smiled, looked down at Tae and said, "Okay." Just then Kim, Lu Fan's aunt, and the others came running in. As usual, Aunt Lu Fan was worried about him and said, "Hey Lu Fan, are you okay? Are you hurt?" Lu Fan replied, "Yes, I'm fine. The problem is solved." Lu Fan's neighbor smiled and said, "Yes, it seems so. The problem is almost solved." Lu Fan explained that this was the right time to help clear the battlefield. They were hoping for a big reward. Everyone started clearing the area, and everyone found some kind of weapon or reward. Kim found something shiny. Lu Fan's neighbor found a sword. Here, near the edge of the ice, a small lake was visible. The wreckage of a large battleship lay on the lake's shore, and Lu Fan wondered what had become of it. He thought, if these could be converted into Andra Empire-class magic battleships and used to build a fleet, it would be a wise move. Unfortunately, both the Badaki family and the Mare family lived in the western mountainous region. They would have no need for these warships. Lu Fan devised a plan. Besides, Mother Ro will only allow him to keep one at most. The rest will be difficult to manage, so I'll give Tu Jing as a gift, a wonderful gift. Lu Fan took out his phone and immediately called Tu Jin. Tu Jin was working in his office. As soon as Lu Fan's call came, he explained everything in detail. Jin was shocked by the entire story. He slammed his hand on the table and said, "Hey Lu Fan, what are you saying? Did you really single-handedly destroy the main army of the Sukra Nation's attack, and you seized 12 warships?" Lu Fan replied, "Yes, that's absolutely true. I'll give you 11 warships and keep one for repairs. How do you feel about that?" Tu Jin was overjoyed and said, "That's great. I'm very happy about it." He added, "Tomorrow I'll send people to Dragon Academy to complete the handover process with you." The weather was nice at Dragon Academy, and a few people were standing nearby. Suddenly, a portal opened in the sky above, catching everyone's attention. They all looked up, wondering what it was. Then, several people aboard a large griffin emerged from the portal. The system returned the information, Zhonggong level. The level is kept secret. He is the Goldwing commander of the Griffin Corps. They landed and met Lu Fan. As soon as Lu Fan saw them, he said, "Senior Tu Jin sent you, right? And I've been waiting for you for a long time.